Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers: Willow holds Drew hostage. General Hospital spoilers for the week of February 2nd to 6th reveal that Willow Kane is in command of locked-in Drew Kane's life. This may be extremely disastrous for Congressman Crooked. Let's talk out how Willow is sitting in the catbird seat and how this might affect Drew's future. Willow was judged not guilty of Drew's shooting, but she is guilty as sin. Afterward she hurried home where she had a syringe full of poison prepared to thrust into hubby's neck. Ouch. Willow is an awful girl. Drew and Willow were all alone and celebrating her release when she came from behind for a hug and stabbed him with enough of something awful to cause him a stroke. Luckily Scout Quartermain was not at home and now Drew is immobilized and silent. Drew the Congressman. During the week of February 2nd, viewers see Drew in a hospital bed at home, crippled, as Willow leans in and observes him. During this time span Willow disputes with Michael Corinthos concerning child custody. He should be careful lest he has a syringe with his name on it in Nurse Willow's handbag. The video teaser shows Willow declaring it's time for something stronger, and we dread for Drew. Willow dislikes Michael and Willow has a key in her hand and we wonder whether she would use it to lock him up in his own house. Whatever her next outrageous behavior is, you can sure she is dying to get in his face and rub his nose in his condition. She now has the upper hand, and why miss a good opportunity to exploit it? Willow is a threat to Drew. In fact, we anticipate that Willow tells Drew she shot him and injected him with incapacitating chemicals. Willow hates Drew and he did nothing meaningful to gain her back. Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos. Spoiler alert, fans will see a very dark and twisted side of Willow when she confesses to Drew. Red hot spoilers imply that Drew gets his comeuppance and we want to hear what you think. Does he deserve this mayhem Willow is dealing out? General Hospital spoilers: Anna locked in a mental health facility, sparks a devastating chain of events. General Hospital spoilers imply that may be pushed into a mental health institution. It appears like Anna will be locked back up with devastating effects following her crazy Caesar phase-on narrative. Now that Emma Scorpio Drake has gotten a phone call from a tiny village in France, she started spreading the word about the cops discovering Anna. At the Quartermain estate, Emma delivered news of Anna stopping a car and alerting the driver to her escape after being held captive. Based on the updates Emma got, she's also learnt that Anna wants to alert everyone about Faison being alive. Unfortunately, Anna's brain has been screwed with owing to the treatment she's been undergoing. Jen Sidwell and director Ross Cullum have been pushing Anna off the deep end with some aid from Pascal. Anna believes Faison is back owing to whatever medicines she's been given along with all the hallucinations and gaslighting methods. That's why Anna's going to look utterly out of her mind by the time she begs Felicia Scorpio for aid. GH published a trailer for the week of February 2nd to 6th that depicts an emotional Anna pleading with Felicia to get her out of there. By then, Anna may be confined in a mental facility owing to her accusations regarding Faison along with Peter August and perhaps Lisa Lebecht. Anna will be a worried freak over this Faison issue, but she definitely won't want to remain locked up for a second longer. Sadly, it may be found that it's not safe for Anna to rejoin society in her state. It appears the next part of Cullum and Sidwell's strategy involves getting Anna sent off to a mental health hospital, so she may arrive in Shadybrook or some other location where she can be monitored. However, Cullum and Sidwell are strong men who can command just about whatever they want. It's probable someone at Anna's mental health institution will be entrusted with pumping her full of medicines and continue their gaslighting strategy. Anna's loved ones will undoubtedly worry about her in the next episodes, so she may be forced into a different form of imprisonment as she experiences more mental suffering. Bottom line, Anna's narrative is far from ended and is going to bring lots more heartache. General Hospital spoilers suggest Emma, Felicia and everyone else who loves about Anna will battle over her shattered mental condition, so stay tuned. Nina gets a shock, Jason spills to Sunny, Jocelyn investigates. Nina Reeves will get a shock while Jason Morgan spills to Sunny Corinthos. Jocelyn Jacks will also investigate, so here's what GH fans should expect. At Sunny's residence, Jason will talk to him about Jen Sidwell's takedown. During this session, Jason may disclose Sidwell assassinated Professor Henry Hank Dalton while Britt Westbourne was watching. Britt also referenced director Ross Cullum and his ties to the WSB, so Jason may offer Sunny updates on that topic too. Since someone from the WSB continually sought to wipe Sunny off the map, Jason may accept the thought that Cullum was involved. As for Nathan West, He'll shock Nina by confessing he has emotions for Lulu Spencer. While Nathan expresses his concerns and seeks Nina's counsel, Lulu will do the same during a chat with Laura Collins. Laura will think it's feasible for Lulu and Nathan to be together, but Lulu will feel that Maxie Jones is the biggest barrier. Of course, Laura may point out that things are unpredictable when it comes to Maxie's health and when she could awaken. Plus, Maxie was dating Damian Spinelli before she slipped into a coma, so there's a potential she would pick him over Nathan. Since there are so many unknowns here, Laura may not want Lulu to entirely rule out the prospect of a future with Nathan at her side. At a mental health hospital in France, Anna Devane would ask Felicia Scorpio for aid. Although Anna will want to score her freedom and stop Caesar Faison, Felicia may gently advise Anna has to be with a medical team who can watch her. Thanks to the gaslighting and treatment that Anna has received, she's definitely in horrible health at this point. Other GH rumors claim Michael Corinthos will praise Willow Kane for talking about a potential compromise, but she'll make it clear that no deal has been locked down yet. Willow and Michael will continue with caution as they try to negotiate. Alexis Davis and Rick Lansing will be part of this attempt to compromise, but it may not go as smoothly as they might have planned. Regardless, Willow has a different plan that she's cooking up behind Michael's back. That one entails planting the key and likely framing Michael, so the cops may quickly assume he used it to enter Drew Kane's residence that night. While Willow takes a bold move, Jocelyn will make one of her own when she initiates an inquiry. It seems probable Jocelyn will take a closer look at Cullum and try to find out as much as she can about him. General Hospital spoilers suggest Jocelyn might put herself in danger with all her searching, but she won't let that stop her from finding more answers. General Hospital spoilers: Michael Corinthos lacks true friends, faces his darkest moment. General Hospital spoilers indicate that in this big imaginary town of Port Charles, you would think that he would have someone else to talk to other than his family, right? But that doesn't seem to be the case here. Michael Corinthos lacks true friends. Clearly, we are talking about Michael Corinthos, as it's very evident that the only two individuals who he feels comfortable enough to talk to are Jason Morgan and Dante Falconeri. And although it's a wonderful thing that Michael does have these two men to depend on whenever the going gets difficult, a lot of General Hospital fans have observed that he really doesn't have anybody to talk to who isn't already within his family bubble. Surely, someone like Michael might need a buddy to speak to that's not Jason or Dante, but it appears like the authors just haven't given him an opportunity to build a relationship with someone who he can trust. It didn't happen before he went to fly to Germany following his burns, and it surely hasn't happened since he's been back home in Port Charles. That stated, why is Michael such a loner? Clearly, GH fans had a lot to say about the topic and flocked to the comments area on social media to express their opinions. What's next for Michael Corinthos? Some even said, I know the rebuild is still happening, but it's weird that Michael's best friends in a crisis are always his older brother and his daddy uncle. They just blew up the one friendship he had, but that wasn't much of one anyway considering that Michael stole his wife. Another critic wrote, well, I don't think there are many characters that aren't related in some way to every other character on the show. Michael has absolutely no option but to go to a family member. And then there was this comment as well, call me crazy, but maybe Trina. Spice it up a bit, make them become friends, and it be one of those things odd and awkward because you are the best friend's brother, but eventually. GH spoilers: is Britt actually a scientist? General Hospital spoilers suggest that while you think you might know everything there is to know about her, it appears like we've got so much more to discover. Clearly, we are talking about Britt Westbourne. Is Britt actually a scientist? That's because everyone has been under the notion that she is truly an OBGYN, or so it seems. But it also sounds like she could be moonlighting as a scientist and no one even knew about it until now. Because on the most recent episode of the hit ABC drama, it appeared like Britt understood how to execute cold fusion, yet it seems like a very sophisticated nuclear physics and something entirely out of her area. But here's the thing, if this is the actual Britt that the show has been hiding, it seems like simply understanding this sort of science would make her overqualified to be delivering babies all day. This has also prompted General Hospital viewers to ask if the understanding of cold fusion and the physics that causes such fusion are totally distinct fields of study from delivering babies, and if so, what exactly is Britt's true job? What's really going on with Britt? Of course, many General Hospital fans have had a lot to say about the topic on social media. Some have even replied with, my theory is that she wanted no part of following in Faison's footsteps and followed her own path. Sidwell and Cullum figured that she could just follow the data that he started, and since she was his daughter, they figured that she was in on the project when it began. So if she knew how to make this work, They'll do whatever it takes to make her cooperate, including withholding her meds to keep her in line. Another critic wrote, like the magic of Barbie, she is large. She includes multitudes. Cold science is sometimes alienating. Maybe she became weary of performing merely study and tests and decided she wanted a profession that provided her greater interaction with joy. It doesn't mean she doesn't still appreciate science and research too, but maybe day to day she needs more touch with something not quite so clinical and cerebral as that sort of research. GH's Caitlin McMullen warns Willow is done playing fair. Caitlin McMullen adds that Willow's faith in Michael's family influence has made her more prepared to take chances she formerly would have avoided. On General Hospital, Willow got away with shooting Drew and carried that fact into her next battle without blinking. She used Scout to trap Alexis into representing her in the custody dispute, not because it was brilliant or defensible, but because she understood precisely where the pressure point was and pressed it. That was the version of Willow Caitlin McMullen talked about when she explained where her character's brain was today, a place where hesitating didn't feel beneficial anymore. Key takeaways. Caitlin McMullen described Willow as working in survival mode. Willow is behaving swiftly and defensively, especially where her children are concerned. She feels Michael will not suffer permanent consequences because of his family's power. Willow feels she can manage the damage created by her actions. McMullen warned that the repercussions will be disastrous for Willow. Survival isn't gentle. McMullen spoke with soaps about Willow's present thinking and didn't dress it up. She described Willow as being in survival mode, and that term mattered because it explained the quickness of her actions more than their morality. Willow wasn't considering consequences the way she formerly did. She was reacting to a threat, especially where her children were concerned, and acting before uncertainty could slow her down. McMullen made it apparent that Willow felt backed into a corner long before anybody else saw it that way. That sense of urgency impacted how Willow justified herself. She didn't perceive her acts as excessive, she regarded them as essential, which is frequently where the true risk starts. When protection turns hard, she doesn't really have much to lose, except her children, and she'll do anything to protect them, McMullen said. That pretty basically explained practically everything Willow has done lately. She remarked that Willow assumed Michael wouldn't truly pay the ultimate price for what she was setting in motion. His family's power offered her a feeling of insulation, a confidence that she could press without killing him altogether. She assumes that he won't suffer any actual lasting consequences because his family is powerful, McMullen said, and that assumption conveyed more confidence than caution. Willow felt she grasped the limitations of the harm. But McMullen didn't indicate that belief would hold. She warned that when everything revealed, it would be disastrous for Willow, calling it the worst moment of her life. Survival mode kept Willow moving. It didn't promise she'd enjoy where she ended up. GH's Josh Swickard and Maurice Bernard talk mental health, faith, and healing on state of mind. Swickard is frank about panic attacks, breathwork, belief, and the on-set event that continues making Dominic Zamprogna giggle. Josh Swickard, known for appearing in #1 Netflix films and for his work on General Hospital, is talking out about anxiety episodes that caught him completely off guard and the techniques that helped him restore a sense of control. In a candid chat on State of Mind, Swickard discussed how learning to understand his symptoms helped eliminate the dread that had drove them. Key takeaways. Josh Swickard shows how breathwork helped him understand and decrease panic episodes. The General Hospital star speaks up on faith, parenting, and utilizing grief with purpose. Maurice Bernard delivers a remarkable narrative from his mental health experience. The episode blends real emotion with humor and behind-the-scenes soap moments. The topic expands well beyond anxiety, touching on wrath, emotional management, parenthood, spirituality, and the concept that pain might serve a larger purpose. At the center of the talk is a profound message: pain doesn't have to define you, it can be utilized to help others go ahead. Panic Mode. Swickard said that breathwork marked a turning point during the COVID outbreak. After learning the Wim Hof breathing technique, quick breaths followed by a breath hold, he began using it to better understand how his body responds to stress. The sensations it provoked were familiar. Swickard reported that his face would freeze, a feeling that mimicked the commencement of his panic episodes. But this time, the sensation was different. Because he was training in a controlled, safe atmosphere, the dread no longer took him. Over time, he claims, the frequency of his panic episodes considerably diminished, providing him a sense of control he hadn't experienced before. Faith-based. The debate then went very personal as Swickard spoke about faith and parenthood. I want my kids to know they are loved. I want them to be happy, entire persons, before the first love, the marriage. I want them to love Jesus. He has been a vital part of my life. Maurice Bernard shared his own powerful experience, recalling a moment during a mental health crisis when he was hospitalized and restrained. When I was in the mental hospital, tied to a bed, I made a cross from breaking a latch and putting it beside my bed. Even then, as horrible as it was, I knew there was a reason why he was making me go through this. Bernard reflected further, saying, I think he wants me to suffer, so that others don't have to. Swickard related to that struggle, admitting how difficult it can be to discern what comes from God versus the outside world. My prayer is, God, help me use this pain and not waste this pain. Help me use the suffering. Bernard encouraged listeners to keep moving forward, reminding them that the pain of the present moment will pass. Soap Stare the show also found room for laughs, as the cast joked about breaking character on production. Swickard confessed it's grown more difficult to work opposite Dominic Zamprogna, who can't keep a straight face when Swickard delivers what he jokingly calls his characteristic look. It's my concerned face. It's my God-acting face, is what it is. Swickard noted the challenge of staying professional under pressure. You don't want to be disrespectful. Time is money and you are on a short leash. You want to do right by the producers, frank the writers, but at the same time when the funny gets in the air, Bernard summed it up perfectly, it's like laughing in church. Fans can check out the episode now, with part 2 arriving Sunday, February 8th, featuring a special appearance by Swickard's grandfather, Arthur. Willow's deadly trap, Lulu's forbidden feelings and Sunny's WSB war erupt. Lulu faces her truth as Laura pushes her forward. Lulu struggles with deep sentiments she can no longer deny. She opens out to Laura and shares her worry of harming Maxie. This concern holds her immobilized. She feels the situation cannot change. That belief generates further conflict for her. Laura sees through the fear. Laura tells Lulu to stop fleeing from her heart. She tells Lulu that life seldom delivers assurances. Maxie's status remains unknown. That unpredictability puts everyone on edge. Laura thinks Lulu has a possibility she should not overlook. Lulu feels torn as her feelings get heavier. General Hospital spoilers. Nathan confesses as Nina offers hard guidance. Nathan finally discloses the truth he has been keeping back. His feelings for Lulu intensify. The guilt feels hard on him. He worried about creating additional grief. He also fears losing control of his life. Nina listens without judgment. Nina begs him to confront the complexities. She hopes honesty will protect him later. Her advice encourages Nathan to examine every option. She warns him that hearts seldom move neatly. Nathan is perplexed but determined. Nina's remarks stick with him as the day unfolds. Willow's bold trap tightens around Michael. Willow prepares to take a perilous move. Her frustration has reached a breaking point. She determines that Michael must suffer penalties. Her strategy exploits Drew's key as leverage. That proof may crush Michael. The danger is huge, yet she goes ahead. She warns Michael that she still maintains control. Their meeting with attorneys grows heated. Rick and Alexis try to stabilize the negotiations. The negotiations stalemate because Willow remained unpredictable. Her next step shocks everyone. Her trap is building in quiet, piercing ways. General Hospital spoilers. Jason brings Sunny explosive intel that changes everything. Jason returns with new information. Britt's confirmation concerning Sidwell escalates the stakes. A sinister network starts to develop. Jason discusses Ross Cullum's involvement. That relationship disturbs Sunny terribly. Evidence implies the threat grows from inside the WSB. Sunny sees the danger surrounding him increases rapidly. Brick's warning now becomes clear. Cullum may have ordered the previous hits. Sunny sees one obvious route. Sidwell must be removed before the situation flares further. Sunny placed Laura's safety at the core of his strategy. Jocelyn digs for answers as fear builds. Jocelyn detects something deeper under the surface. She begins delving into Cullum's background. Every new information unsettles her. She keeps pushing because the threat is genuine. Her research draws her deeper into WSB darkness. Her determination gets greater. She wants the truth exposed. She also wants Port Charles safe. Each hint drives her near a perilous line. She knows one incorrect action may expose her. Still, she keeps going because she refuses to disregard the threat. General Hospital spoilers. Anna breaks under pressure and pleads for escape. Anna suffers at the mental facility. Her mind remains broken. She feels confined by her own dread. She begs Felicia for aid. Stopping Faison becomes her entire priority. Her desperation becomes more with each passing second. Felicia attempts to soothe her. She cannot risk letting Anna depart. The institution feels Anna is unstable. Her anguish blurs every thought. Her terror combines with determination. She feels stopping Faison is the only road to peace. Her mind fights itself as she pleads. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.